Yeah, yes, tell me.
Sir, I tried running payroll for the same employee, sir, Steve Smith.
Okay.
But it's not running for me, sir. Already the value exists, it is saying.
No, actually, what I have done is that I rolled back this one. So probably, so when did you run exactly?
Sir, I tried today and also before 2 days before also I tried. The same one is repeating, sir. The data is missing. It is saying some data is missing.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
No problem. We'll run that. Okay.
Sir,
Maybe.
another. Sir, if I
Yeah.
create a new employee in the boss HRMS responsibility
Mm.
and add it to boss organization, if I do that, I will be able to run payroll. No.
Yeah, you'll be able to run the payroll, but you will have to do those setups from scratch. That is starting from the BG creation till the payroll and the employee creation.
Why, sir? Already the BG is created. No, sir.
No, that's what. If you want to have everything as a fresh one, you will have to create, or else you will have to pick the existing one. But you will have to pick the ledger and the other thing as vision. So here we have issue in terms of what we call the access and these things, because what will happen is that if I want to create a bank, I need a few this thing access. So that is why even I showed you from the vision operations. So you need to take care about those things. Other than that, you should be able to create it and run
Sir,
the payroll.
sir, if I create a new employee and attach to the existing BG, for example, if boss under boss, if I
Mm,
am attaching,
mm.
will whether I will be able to run or it remains the same.
Yeah, yes, you will be able to run it very well.
Okay, sir. Then I will try creating a new employee and attach it to the boss.
Yeah, probably we can see before others join. We can
Hmm.
see maybe once others join, probably we will start with our class and maybe we will take this up after class.
Okay, sir. Sir, another doubt, sir.
Yeah, yes,
Sir, on the day I showed you the profile value, no, sir, for my
yeah,
BG creator.
yeah.
I added the responsible. I added some functions of HR business group and HR user type. I added this and saved the messages.
Okay.
But I cannot able to assign a user, sir. It is saying that you are not able to create a new user at this instance.
Mm, okay, you are trying to create a new user.
Yes, sir, I am trying to create a user. I added your name as a user, sir. Since you are
Yeah.
existing one, I use this
Mm,
name, but it is not showing me, sir.
yeah. So we have restriction in this environment basically. So that's what even I was saying. So you cannot
Mm,
create a new user first thing, and
mm,
you will not have access to the system administration. I mean, you in the sense even I don't have access to it.
mm.
So that's the thing. So if at all I can get the other instance, so even I was waiting for the other one, but I couldn't get that. So probably after that you can explore those things. The user
It is
creation
saying
menu.
sorry. It is saying
Mm.
sorry. Custom vision creation not allowed in the infosematics vision environment.
Yeah, yes, correct. It will not allow. Basically, it's restricted one, restrictive access. This environment. So that's the issue. So apart from that, user creation, you can try other things like the customizing the menus and adding to the responsibility and checking those things you can see. But only user you will not be able to add it.
Okay, sir. Sir, if I try, if I am using a general Vision Corporation responsibility, sir,
Okay.
I randomly select some employee number and I randomly select some employee name,
Okay.
and I try running payroll with payroll I have defined,
Okay.
but it is also not running. So it is saying that is some fault, so I can't able to run the payroll for entire process. If I am able to run means I will be easily understanding.
Hmm.
In theory wise, it's okay for me, but I have to know practice wise. No, then only I can move.
Yeah, correct. That is when you will understand the
Um,
actual payroll process. That is correct.
Theory
So
wise, I'm
basically,
able
we
to know, sir.
Mhm.
Step by step,
Okay.
I am knowing the water skip process from payment method definition to the transfer to gear. I am knowing it.
Okay.
But when trying, but when trying in the instance, I'm able to
Mm.
do only two steps, sir. First two step. After defining payment method and defining payroll only, I'm able to do. After
Okay.
that, while we have to assign the payroll to for in case of quick pay, I have to assign it for single employee. No,
Mm. Yeah.
it is not coming for me, sir.
Okay. So we'll see that. No issue. So you're seeing for this employee called Smith. My
Yes,
screen
sir.
is visible, right?
Yes, sir. It is visible. And
Okay.
sir, also his
Mm.
statement of earnings is also not visible for me, sir.
Yeah, statement of earnings. Actually, there were a few customizations that these people has done. So what they have done, usually it will be in a web application, the
Mm.
OA form, but here they have customized it. So probably we are missing a few input parameters there. So that's the thing. So statement of earnings, let me check that and I'll show you that part. Okay. Because there are multiple places that we can see the statement of earnings. So
Mm.
one is that I can log in as an user. So in this case, if you see here, so Bosch buyer is the user here.
Mm.
So if I can, if I want to see the payroll, so what I'll do is that I'll log in into self-service, and from
Mm.
there I'll view my payslip. But
So how to log into self-service, sir?
yeah, it's nothing. So usually in real time, if you see, we will customize the menus
Mm.
and from there we will go. But here I'm just using the standard one. So standard one is that the employee self-service. Okay. So we will
Uh,
click this
mm.
and here, so these are the options that we will have. So employee
Mm.
self-service is nothing but whatever employee can do by himself. But
Mm.
apart from this, we have other things wherein HR executive or the HR manager will perform. So those are
Mm.
the one which we were seeing as a part of configurations or the setups.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So here
Mm.
if you see, so as an employee, I can apply for leave, and as
Mm.
an employee, I can give my tax details. So for this, we will have to define element and all those information. Also for
Mm.
the absence management. So probably we'll see today. So what are the mandatory configurations to have leave and the leave balances.
So
Okay.
after completing payroll only, now we can do this. I tried creating leave, sir, for employee,
Mm.
but I am not able
Okay.
to do it. It asks that you have to complete payroll, then only you can go for leave applying.
Yeah, that is correct. See, what will
Mm.
happen is that you will need firstly the element that is absence element attached with your employee. Unless
Okay,
you
sir.
have that in place, you cannot apply for your leaves and these things. So that is how
Mm.
a system will link. So I'll show
Mm.
you first from here, and probably you will come back to the self-service page.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let me show from defining this component. Okay.
Okay.
So, so this starts from here. So that
Mm.
is from element creation.
Mm.
So what we will do is that we will create an element called vacation or leave, whatever we want to create, we can create it.
Mm.
So in this case, I created an element called a vacation leave,
Mm.
which means a kind of an LTA or something like that. I have created this component. Okay. So here I'm not complicating it. So this is a non-recurring, which means this is not regularly used component. And one change I have made is the termination as an actual termination. Okay, which means
Sir,
that this
what
is
is priority, sir? It is also showing
priority
map.
is nothing but how do I want to consider this element when I'm running this payroll.
Mm.
So if you give one, which means system is going to consider this element first. And if you
Mm.
give, so these priorities will take in place when we have
Mm.
recurring. Because for non-recurring, what will happen is that I'll select as per my need or as per my requirement. So in this
Okay.
case, I have given, I did not change the priority. So priority is basically to pick up those element and place it for the payroll processing. So that's the priority basics.
Mm.
Okay. So that's what. So here I have just given the simple definition, and input value I have given this as vacation days and day. So what does this mean is that, which means I'm giving my input in days, 10 days
Mm.
or 4 days or 5 days, whatever component I need to give, so I can give. So this I can give it when I'm entering the payroll, I mean attaching it to the employee. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And then what I will do is that I'll close this. And as a next step, I'll define the uh, accrual. Okay. Uh, yeah. So these are a kind of an fast formula which I have taken. So we will discuss on the fast formula. So we saw the basics of fast formula, that using the condition and the other aspects. But we will see one case, one use case, wherein we will take a scenario at what case we will write this fast formula, and how this will work, and where are the places that we will attach, and how do we use it. So those things we will see it separately. So for now, our concentration is on this one, or you call leave and the other things. So I have taken this formula. So what this formula will do is that it will calculate the balances for us, and also this will create an element, this two element automatically by defining this fast formula. Okay. Now I have given here the element, whatever the element that we created, I'm attaching it here in the first step. Okay. So next thing what I'm doing is that I'm attaching the units. So here unit is nothing but the input value that we gave there. Okay. And then here, if you see, so we have a payroll balance reset date. So when do I want to reset this balance? So there are multiple range that we can give. So whether I want to use the 1 June as a parameter, which means if you see an organization, they will have set of plans wherein they will reset every year on 1st of January, or probably on the 1st of June. So this is industry practice. So that is the reason, if you see here, so we have these two values that we can have. Okay. And or if I want to have this to be reset on the basis of higher date. So higher date is nothing but, so this we will see it under the recruitment and the other process. So there we will see the hiring date. So hiring date is nothing but when I join this company. So based on that, if I want to reset this balance, I can reset. So balance is nothing but, let's say I'm working for a company. So this a company is going to give me leave for particular year, that is, let's say 10 or 12 days, 12 days in a year. Okay, which means monthly I can take one. So there are few cases, most of the cases we will have the cumulative balance, which means I can use it probably this month 3 days, or probably next month 2 days. So this way I can use it. But as an aggregative, I can use only 12 days. Okay. So this depends. So here we are setting up how we wanted to calculate, or how do we want to define those things. Okay. So I'm giving here as 1st June. Okay. And then I'm not giving the other things, like I don't want to use the accrual band and the calculation. So calculation is when I want to use the calculation on the basis of defined rules. So let's say I have a requirement wherein I wanted to calculate the number of leave days, or the given accrual days for an employee on a specific given criteria. So that case I will go for the calculation rule. Okay. So for now, I'm using this formula to determine my leave days and the other aspects. Okay. And apart from that, I have selected 1st June. Okay. So this will be my second setup. And then what I will do is that I will create an absence type. Okay. So what I'm doing is that I'm creating an leave called vacation absence, and I'm determining this category as vacation. Okay. And here, if you see, again, I'm attaching the element that we created. Okay. So the element that we created is vacation leave, and the input is vacation days. Okay. And the unit is in days. And this balance, I can say decreasing this thing because I just wanted to calculate or have the balance in the decreasing order. So I'm selecting this option. So I'm not using reason. So these are like only the optional parameters that we can input to the system. Okay. So we are done with this one also. And fast formula, as I said, we will see it separately. So next step, what we will do is that we will attach these components to the employee. So now let me query this employee called Smith. Okay. So for the Smith employee, so what I have done is that I have rolled back the payroll process that we ran earlier, which means for whatever the period that we ran till April, so I have reversed all those things. So now if I go to quick pay, I'll not see any records here. If you see here, so this is current date. So which means if I press down arrow, so I'll not see any record because I have reversed all those process. So now what I will do is that I will go to entries and I will add those details to this particular employee. So now here what I have added is that this what I have added here is that the simple multiplier option is what I have added. Okay. So this is the element that I have created there in the absence type. So I have added here. So now if I want to give days, so I can give here. Okay. So for now, I'm not giving the date and the other component. Okay, so I'll just leave this, and what I'll do is that I will run the payroll, and then we will see it in the. Okay, let me do one thing because this user called Smith is not attached as an user. So the Bosch buyer is the one who has been added as employee. So let me take this guy. Okay, I think I have added already. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, so now I'm not selecting this as an individual payroll cycle run. So instead, I will use the batch process. So this batch that I'm running is without assignment, which means it's not effective to any certain employees, but instead it will take for all the employees whoever falls under this particular payroll called this one. Okay. Yeah. So here the first process for us is that payroll processing. Okay. So this would be our first process. So I'll select our payroll. So this will automatically populate all those information. Okay.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, for running batch pay, we need to use concurrent program only.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So those are only for the purpose of this one, what we call individual employees. So for what case I will run individual employee is that, let's say I'm giving bonus to this particular employee or set of 4 employees. Then,
Further we can use quick pay now, sir. For single employee, you can use quick pay.
yeah, for single employee we can use quick pay.
But then for a case of a whole organization, we'll use batch pay.
Yes, correct. In real time we will use only the batch process which we are running now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So let me run this one and we will see the results.
Sir, for seeing reports also, we can use concurrent program.
Yeah, yes, yes. For reports, we will use this one only. So there are two options that we can get basically the data.
Mm.
Okay. So first thing is that this option. So that is
Okay.
using the concurrent, and there
Mm,
are a few other processes which will
mm,
give us the information. For example, if I want to take the payroll run report, so I can take
mm,
it from here, or I
mm.
can take it from the other way of seeing it in the assignment screen or the payroll process results. So probably we will see after this, so where we can see those data.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So
Oh,
the first process is done, that is payroll process. So the next process is prepayment process. So before that,
sir,
what we will do?
the request
Mm, mm.
the
Yeah,
first
tell me.
one is 0, no, sir.
1 minute. Yeah, tell me.
This one only, sir, the first one.
Uh,
10835543. That is the one we completed now.
no, this one. So these are child processes which will
Okay.
trigger to complete this payroll process.
Uh,
But the program that we ran is that payroll process.
uh, the 538, sir.
Yeah, correct. 538.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So, irrespective of any payroll process you run, this particular child program will be a trigger. So, basically, this is used to complete our payroll process in a smooth manner. So, it's just a child program, but the actual program is payroll process.
Okay.
Okay. So now we ran the payroll process. That is first step. So what we will do is that we will see how we can see those results. So now if I click, sorry, this is not the option. So it is view. So under view, if you see, so we have two options. So one is that I can select assignment process results or I can select payroll process result. So the difference between both is that if I say assignment process result, this is going to give me result for individual employee. But if I say payroll process result, it is going to give me the results for the entire list of employees. So let's say I have 500 employees in my company. So this is going to give me the results for all the 500 employees. That is payroll process result. But the assignment is for individual employee. So now what I'll do is that firstly I'll take take the assignment result. Okay. So this is our first process, that is run. So using this run, we ran this one. Okay. Basically it has taken. Okay, I gave this in negative, so that's why it's coming. Okay, probably when I'm entering there, probably I might have given it in negative. So that's the reason it is coming in negative values. So this is what the run results. Okay. So the balances are not updated since I just ran the first step. Okay. Yeah. So as I was saying, so there are multiple options wherein we can take the statement of earnings or the payslip. So, so as I said, we have certain limitations. We have access related issue. So here also I'll be able to take it, but they have restricted it. So this is one function that we can make use of it, but somehow they have disabled this function. So we'll not be able to see the SOE. So that's what, as I said, I'll see for different instance. Probably if I get there, so we will see the statement of earnings there. I'll try to do those needed configuration, and we will run payroll there as well, and we will see how it is reflecting in the SOE report. Okay. Yeah. So now we have seen it for the individual employee. So now, if I want to see it for the entire list of employees, that is for the entire payroll. So what I'll do is that I'll simply select my payroll, and probably if I want to give the specific period, let's say I have started my business, probably 5 years back I have implemented Oracle. So now if I want to see for a specific period, so I can very well take from and to date. And also we have option of action date. So now we have run only one process, but it's not that only one process that we will run. So apart from that, if you see, so here we have list of options that we have. Okay. So in this case, so our thing is that the payroll run. So what I will do is that I'll simply click find. Okay. So these are the two things. Okay, there is an reversal that has to be completed. It ran for August basically. So this is for different one. Probably this one batch did not get reversed. So probably that is the reason it is showing up here. But our process is not this one. So ours is the second one. It is completed. Yeah, it should give results. I don't know why it's not showing the result. Okay, let's see this one because it's showing in assignment page, but somehow it's not reflecting in the payroll process. So let's see this. Before that, let me complete the other payroll process as well. Okay, so now we ran for payroll run. So the next step is to run for the prepayment. So this is done. I think there is an open entry which did not closed, so that's why it's not allowing, I think. I think there is one patch that got stuck, which did not roll back, which is causing the issue, I think. Probably we'll reverse this, roll this back, and then we will rerun the program from the payroll run to the costing. Yeah. So when we are rolling back the payroll run that we have made, so always we should make sure that sequence is correct first thing. And another thing is that so the reason why we will do this rollback is that when I want to basically check the balances or the check the amount that I'm transferring to the employee. So for those initial testing or probably before running the payroll, if I want to test it, so that is when I will use this option. Okay. So always we should make sure that we are not doing this transfer to GL or the payment. So once we have released the payment, so we will not be able to get it back because it will reach to bank server. So always we should make sure that we run only the payroll run and the prepayment and the other options to see, including the statement of earnings or the payslip of employees. So we reversed the prepayment as well. So the last thing is that to reverse the payroll run that we ran just now. So we will reverse this and we will go back to the same screen and we will see if there is any record. So if we couldn't see any record, so we are good with it. So we'll start with our payroll process. Yeah. So the rollback process is done. So what I'll do is that I'll go back to the same screen and mostly I'll check. Yeah. So this is clear. So similarly, let me check for assignment as well. So that is for the Bosch employee. So we should not see any data for Bosch now. Yeah, we don't have any record. So now what I will do is that I'll run this payroll process. Okay, so first step is done. So now let me check here. Yeah, so now this is reflecting correctly. So we have these employees that is being considered by the system. Okay. So now if I want to see any results, so probably from here I can see the results as well. Okay. So similarly, I have the payroll run report also. So from there also I can take the report. So what is the difference between seeing the data here and seeing the data in the report is that so this as an immediate or the immediate thing, if I want to verify something, I can see it from here or something if I'm looking for my report or the complaints purpose. So I will need the printout and the other things. So with this, I cannot take any printout or anything. So for that purpose, what I will do is that I will run this report and I will take that particular payroll run report and probably I'll take printout and have it for my internal purpose or probably the complaints purposes. Okay, so that's the difference, but it's going to give the same data. Okay, so we are done with the first process. So now what I'll do is that I'll run the second process, that is prepayment. Okay, so this is how we can basically differentiate. So this is an payroll run and this is an prepayment process that system has picked up. Okay, so this has run without any issue. So we can see the status as complete, but there will be a few cases where we might have issues and this status will end up with error. So for those cases, we can see, we can click this option called message and we can see whatever the exceptions that we have under this particular option called message. So if at all there is an error, so we will see here. So for example, let's say I'm running this costing process, so wherein I did not give the cost account. So I gave only the company and the department. So in this case, what system will do, it will say that, it will end up with error status and it will give me a message here stating that account is missing. So I can go back and I can correct those details and I should rerun the process, whatever I have done. Okay. So that's about it. And then we have the assignment process. So assignment process, this is going to give us the overall details and the other things. Okay. And if I want to see the payment method that I'm using for this particular employee, so probably I can, I can click this option called payment method, and this is going to give me the relevant details. So what is the payment method that I'm using? So that is check. So check is the payment method that I'm using for this particular employee. And also we can see the payment status. So payment status, if you see, this is unpaid because we just ran the cycle and we initiated the prepayment, which means for payment it is going to initiate this process. But this process called prepayment doesn't mean that it has made the payment. So that is the reason if you see here the status is unpaid. Okay. Yeah. And also we have statement of earnings, but we don't have access to click this option, so we'll not be able to see it right now. Okay, so we'll see this at later point. So yeah, so we are done with the prepayment process also. Okay, there is an issue in payment file basically. Okay, so this file will have basically the XML format and the templates, so which has to be checked, I think. So let's see that. So meanwhile, let me run the casting process. So probably let me check this on the payment file and template, and that probably we'll see it in the next class. So now we will see the other process.
Sir.
Yeah, yes, madam.
Sir, for if the payment method varies, whether the payroll process varies, sir.
Payroll process in the sense I couldn't get you.
For today we are using Checkno, sir.
Hmm.
For check, you used check writer, you updated some request ID, you gave no concurrent program.
Yeah, yes, correct.
But in case of if I am using NIFT, there is no need of check writer, no?
No, not check rated. So we will use the magnetic report. So for each payment, we have different reports to be run. So for
Hmm.
example, if I'm running the cache, so for that I have different program. So similarly,
Hmm.
based on that, I will do it. So since this is an check rate, so check rater is an option given by Oracle. So this is a standard feature. So only thing that we will have to set up here is that the payment formats and the payment template, all those things should be in place. So these things will be configured by the finance people. So they will do it, and we will get the information and we will attach it with ours. So when we are creating the payment method, we saw the bank account and the other things, right? Even those details will be created by finance consultants. So we will just get the details from them and we will attach it. So they should make sure that they are creating this payment file and all those information and mapping with the bank accounts. Okay, so there were some issue in that, I think. So probably I need to check that. So what is the issue in the payment format? So it says payment format is not defined for this bank account. So probably I'll check that.
Sir, when it will be done after prepayment?
So after prepayment, we will do the payment, and after this, we will run the costing, and
Hmm.
then costing of payment, and then transfer to GL.
When we will do this process, sir? Check it, this process. When we will run it?
We will do check process only after doing our prepayment. So that is the stage we will make sure that the payment is ready, and we will process for payment.
Then
So
means
once
after
the
prepayment only we will run that concurrent program.
yes, yes, after
Okay, sir.
prepayment only.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So our costing process is done. So this will be for each employee. So since we ran this as a batch process, so we have all the employee in the sense we created only 4 employee. So those are the employee that we are seeing in the list. Okay. And here, if you see, so for each component, that is basic pay or HRA or probably the professional tax. So we have 2 lines that is generated. So here one is the debit line and the other one is that credit line. Okay. So my debit line will be my control account, and if you see my credit account, so I'll have my clearing account. Okay. So these are the things that has been populated based on the configurations that we gave. So when we are defining the payroll and the payment method and these things, so we gave the cost accounts. So where we mentioned, so we will give this at 2 places. So one is at the element creation and the other one is at the payroll, these things. Okay. So basically system is going to pick primarily from the element, and also it is going to compare with the payroll that we have created. Okay. So that's how system will generate, because the reason why it will pick from element creation is that I will not have same account code combination for all these component, because my for my basic pay I might have different account code possibly. Okay. And for my HRA probably I'll have different the account code combinations. So based on that, I'll pick those castings. Okay, so now we have ran the castings, so we can see these details. Okay, so next step is to run the casting of payment. Okay, I think since this check process has failed, so it did not update the payment. I mean, casting of payment part. Okay. So since here it has failed, so we'll not be able to transfer to GL also. So probably this part I'll show you tomorrow. So meanwhile, you can practice these components till casting. So we'll see tomorrow. So before that, anything issue or anything that you are facing that we have seen?
Sir, for tomorrow, if I have to run for which period, which month I have to run?
You can run for March, or if you want to run from first or for February, so you will have to do this rollback, which I did, the same process. You'll have to do the same thing.
Sir, the rollback I have to do means then I have to go with March, no?
No, if you don't want rollback, then you will have to go with March.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So rollback is nothing
Sir,
but the
for which employee I have to do, sir? Smith or buyer, boss buyer?
no. You run for the batch. I mean, if you want to run for individual employee, then
Mhm.
create an assignment set and run for this person called Bosch buyer.
Okay, sir. Then for assignments, it means that same only, no, on the day created, no, boss BS.
Yeah, yes, correct. That is the one.
Okay, sir. I have to create a new one or I can use the existing one, boss
No,
BS.
you can use the existing one because there we
Okay.
don't have changes, so you can use the existing one.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Any
Okay,
other
sir.
issue that you are facing?
No, sir. I will try this tomorrow.
Okay.
Sir, if in daytime, if you are, if I have doubts, can I text you, sir?
Yeah, yes, text me. So if I'm there, so probably we can take it up.
Okay,
So
sir.
that evening we can start the class.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Anything else?
Nothing, sir.
Okay, fine.
Sir, fast
So
formula, when we can see it, sir.
first formula we will see. So I planned after absence and the recruitment. I planned actually.
Okay, sir.
Because past formula, I wanted to take an use case and probably I'll write it. So before that, I'll try to check in my drive for the fast formula. So you
Mm.
can go through and have a basic because you'll have to understand few things there. So if I
Okay,
directly say that this is the constant value and this is the return value, so probably you might not get it. So I'll share
okay,
that
sir.
document and we will have this, we will plan for this after this one, what do you call, after recruitment and the appraisal and the other things, we will see this fast formula.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else or we can wind up?
Okay, sir. We can wind up.
Okay, fine. Then we'll see tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir.